So we have an interview coming up on the show. Kevin Graham, he is a sketch artist
Great
for Topps. He's done things with Rittenhouse. I believe he may have a few things coming up that we are not at liberty to talk about.
To here and there, so just get what you can take, guys.
Yeah, he didn't give a lot of specifics as far as what products are about to be coming out, but he did hint at some things. We talked about some of his sketches. He had one Mickey Mouse one that just sold for $5,000. We're going to talk about a little bit of that, and then stick around.
I saw he did an Ohtani card.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I was noticing some of his like other Topps branded sketches and stuff too. Like I didn't realize all of these like older sketches that have done so well. Anyways, we're going to talk more about that coming up. We've got plenty of sketch talk, but before then, we're going to go ahead and hit a few of the other topics that are going around in the non-sport TCG hobbies. I will say real quick, thank you to everybody. The DC Sports 87 auction, which thank you to DC Sports. The auction of the Remy Auto went off last night.
Remy the
Sunday.
Mouse, Remy the Rat.
Remy
Does he
the
have
Rat.
a last name? Linguini?
No, that's his partner in crime.
What's
in
the
in
rat's
the
last
kitchen.
name?
I don't know if Remy
Is it
has
Rat?
a last name.
Remy the Rat?
Sure.
Rat?
If that makes you feel better,
You think
I would
him
say
and
that.
Chucky Edward Cheese are like kinfolk?
Oh, they definitely exist in the same universe, in my opinion.
They're both in the restaurant business.
I mean, they enjoy a good meal. Obviously, a delicious pizza would probably satisfy both of them. That being said, it sold for $3,500. It went for a little less than what I was hoping it was going to go to. But I've got a reason. I've got an opinion on why that is, and it may go into the segment that you wanted to talk about, which is, well, I'll let you talk about it if you want to.
What did you think the card was selling?
I had an offer that I turned down of $4,000.
Oh, snap.
It went for $3,550 online on Sunday. I put it up there because I was like,
bird in the hand
had
is worth more than
two in the bush. Is that what you were more than all the bushes? Is that what
all the bushes?
The hand movements scared me, but no, it was more of my own greed. I think at the point of, oh well, I have like what I think I paid like $75 for the spot or something. It was amazing. You know, it's a very rare thing. Like I said, it was the first time I pulled one. But my opinion on why it probably went for a little less, because you look in like the Remy Sapphire did almost 6,000 last year. So there's one out there similar, but this was the Remy Auto that was out there. The amount of people that do not understand.
He's raising his voice, ladies and gentlemen.
They just hate on the facsimile autos that Topps has been doing and other companies have been doing is blowing my mind. Like, I don't understand how people cannot grasp the idea that, yes, the collector understands it's not a real auto. We understand that most people and or animals that are signing their names, they don't typically do it with little caricatures. They don't do it with hearts on the eyes. They don't do it.
That's how I sign
they
my
don't
name.
sign Remy with whiskers in the autograph. You know, we know that the real rats would never sign it that way. However, we do know that this is just a fun idea. It's the same concept that any other card has done where they're doing something that's not very realistic. By the way, we're talking about cartoon characters that aren't real to begin with. So just accept that the insert ideas, the variations of these cards will sometimes be a thing that's not real. It's okay. We still like it. Stop crapping on it. That's all I ask. Because here's the problem. Even though this post goes up in non-sports cards nonsense, the group's open to everybody. They can join. So hundreds of thousands of people see this. And they start coming in. It's like, oh, who signed that card? Oh, boy, the real rat signed that card? Oh, couldn't get Donald to sign on that one, huh? I don't care anymore. It drives me insane. I talked about this on SCN on the Thursday episode. Just please, when you think like, oh, I'm going to make a comment that's really negative and hateful, think about it for a second and say, maybe I'll save it. If I still want to say it tomorrow, I'll come back and make it tomorrow. Just put it in the back pocket, save it, and see how you feel after you slept on it. That's my opinion for you. Ray, what do you have to say?
With that being said,
yeah, go ahead.
We're going with a segment called Everyone Hates Sports Boy.
Why are we doing that?
This is
Why?
a segment of certain people that have left these comments that Jesse has been talking about. And I will name names because this is they were in public
You don't need it. I don't need anybody doxed here.
Yeah, I will. They put out a post publicly with their name on it, so I feel like it is appropriate to name names.
Where did you get these from?
Chris Hamilton says, check his hard drive. And this is the these are comments of Jesse holding the. Can we? I don't think they know about the card. If they don't know about the card, give us a little.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think in between the time that. When did I pull the 1-of-1, the quad auto? Because the Remy
quad auto
card is a different story.
Yes,
the people know about that.
We're talking about the quad auto, the Mickey, the Minnie, the Donald, and the Daisy.
So in between this episode and last episode,
I think it was Thursday.
No, it wasn't. It was Tuesday. I broke on Tuesday. Yep.
Yes.
So I broke Sapphire on Tuesday.
You did it before my Pokemon show? I thought it was after.
Nope, I did it before. Okay. So I broke on Tuesday. We record. And this is why it's all broken and confusing. Yes. We record on Mondays. The episode doesn't drop till Wednesday morning. Correct. That all being said, on Tuesday, I pulled a 1-of-1 quad auto from Disney Sapphire. Disney Sapphire boxes are going for almost $1,000. They may be up to $1,000. It's an expensive product. The 1-of-1 quad auto of the characters that Ray just mentioned were Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, and Donald, which are some of the most popular characters in the product. Yep. It was the 1-of-1, and it was Sapphire, and it was the facsimile autos. Are
you saying that Donald really didn't sign on this card?
I've already done my rant. So I took a picture of this card in my hand, and I posted it because it's a huge card. I'm very excited about it. That gives a little context to what I'm going to guess some of your comments are going to be.
Correct.
All right, go ahead.
Ryan Chandler says, let us know when you actually sell it. It's not worth anything until the cash is in hand. Mr. Gibson, would you like to tell the audience how much this card sold for?
The card did sell. Not only did it sell quickly, I mean, it sold in less than 24 hours. It sold for $30,000. It sold for $30,000, and there was a bidding war. I mean, I believe it started at 25. There was another gentleman in the break room when it happened who he made an offer. And then the other gentleman who came and bought it, someone messaged him and said, come get in this room. He jumps in the chat. There was a little back and forth, and it ends up at $30,000. And then it just comes down to, okay, one guy owned the Mickey and Minnie spot. Another person owned the Donald spot, and another person owned the Daisy spot. So 3 different owners across 4 characters. And it was like, oh, well, we got to see what they want to do. Because, I mean, some breakers would just random it, which I didn't want to do.
Yeah, not for that
not for a card like that. I was like, that was the last thing I wanted to do. So I was very glad to be able to put the 3 of them in a group message and find out, hey, if you guys can all come to agreement, we're doing that. If they couldn't, I would have randomed it because I would have had to. But they knew the offer. They decided, let's all take our cut. So one guy got 15 because he had 2 of the spots, and the other 2 got 7.5 each. And every single one of them was super happy. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was super happy because of how smoothly it went.
Yes.
And those guys, they each gave me
salt of the earth.
They tipped.
Look at this guy.
They tipped me. They gave me a little thing. I wasn't expecting a thing at all.
Always tip your waitress, ladies and
gentlemen. I had heard about people, like Mike used to talk about, like guys would send him something. And once or twice, I've had guys reach out and they've just, I don't know if I've considered them tips. Sometimes it's just been like, hey, really like what you're doing. Here's some cards, or here's like, something. And it's like, that's really cool. But this was like, they just got my PayPal and they sent me like a little tip. I was like, oh, dang, that's pretty awesome. So all that being said, it was a great experience. Completely wonderful. All positive. But then, like, that person who left that last comment, that's fine. They don't believe it's going to sell, whatever. It's more of the people that
what about like Colorado Buffalo memes?
Okay.
Says, now you can move out of your mom's basement.
There we go. That's nice. That's nice. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if he's talking about me or the people who ended up selling it. It doesn't matter. It's not great.
What about your boy David Yo that says worthless cards with pumped up value, a bunch of Disney loving virgins?
I should have looked at all of these comments before whatever you were going to say.
This is the last. This is the last one.
And
we can move on to a topic that I think that needs to be brought up.
Okay, fair.
Okay, and I will edit this one.
Okay. All right.
Who's A?
Uh-huh.
Are you kissing to get these special boxes?
Oh.
Yeah. Are you or you have an inside man?
Here's the thing. I will encourage.
Can I talk before you say anything?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Now, Gibson.
Yeah.
Sports boy.
Uh-huh.
My beloved Jesse.
Yes, Ray.
Now, I do this podcast with you each and every week.
Sure.
We talk about non-sports cards.
That's true.
We both sell, right?
Yeah.
Lately, you have been getting very questionable boxes that I myself have been saying, wow, the quad facsimile auto, cool.
Sure.
And then you proceed to open up Disney Mint.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah. That was an insane
The
case.
next day,
Yeah.
one case.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you got in that case, Mr. Sports Boy.
There was a lot in that case.
Did you get a superfractor by chance?
I got Tiana superfractor in that case. I think there was like 3 out of 5s. There was like 3 or 4 out of 10s. There were multiple autos. It was honestly one of the best cases I've seen. Not only fortunate enough to pull
that
myself.
I have seen.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And I have a feeling. So the Waltz, one and only, was the other. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. There has been a good record as of late. But here's what
some would say: questionable conspiracy. Are we connecting the dots?
I want people to believe that this is 100% the case, that I am getting loaded cases. So I don't want to refute it. But I will say this, in case there's anybody out there who's
even I'm questioning.
Sure.
What's going on here?
If there's anyone wondering, oh, what's happening, what you're not seeing are all the cases where there's not a 1 of 1, where there's not something post-worthy. You essentially, what we've just talked about is 3 different cases.
But they were all back to back.
They were very close, but there's also not, these products are more limited, like especially the Sapphire and the Mint specifically. There's not as many of those being made. There's not as many breakers out there breaking it. Yes, it's crazy that me, who only got like in some cases 2 cases of some of these products, it is kind of crazy that I got it. All that being said, you're not seeing like the other months where I didn't post the box that had the lowest numbered card was like out of 25, and there were no sketches in there, and everyone thought there was going to be 2 sketches. And it's like, there's a lot of times where the breaker is not posting anything about the cases that they don't want to promote, because why would you do that? That's not how marketing works. And,
but you've been promoting a lot.
And I'm very fortunate for that.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Sports Boy will be breaking 2 more cases of Disney Mint this Friday.
I didn't even ask him to do this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
get your spots.
No one's gonna believe that either.
And when you open up another quad fractor or whatever, you quad facsimile signed by George Jetson, you can send it over to our good friends over at DC Sports 87.
Consigner to the stars.
Consigner to the stars, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Ray, for calling me out like that. I do appreciate it. It is a fun experience to be both loved and hated by many, many people at the same time.
How do you feel? Like legitimately, no playing aside.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing that what I've been doing, especially, we have like over 200,000 people following us on TikTok.
Yeah.
When I know that a post does well, like when it gets like millions of views, like all of a sudden I get notifications like randomly, and it's like, oh wait, it's doing, someone's saying something nasty. This post is probably doing really well. Yeah. And I go and check it, and it's nothing but hateful comments. So for the people that are putting those hateful comments into any of our videos or any of our posts, I would say to continue to do them, because it's a double-edged sword, and that only thrives the algorithm, and the post gets higher and higher, and more people see it. So you think it's a negative, but to us, it's only a positive. With that being said, how is Jesse Gibson?
How do I feel?
Yes.
I will.
Have you been deep in the weeds of the comments?
I've been too deep in the weeds of the comments.
Bro, you can't do that.
I've gotten several people that have reached out and said nothing but the kindest things that encourage me to stop looking at those comments, and they are 1,000% correct. I have done better, but I have not taken that advice every single time. I've still gotten it. I will say I'm not going back and reading any of the additional comments because I mean, literally,
like ghost, baby.
Between the Facebook posts and Instagram and stuff, there are, roughly maybe 1,000 comments. Not to mention like everything on the other platforms. There's a lot of comments out there, so I'm not going through and reading them all anymore. I am now getting to the point where it's just like, okay, that happened.
It happens.
Whatever. You know what my biggest problem with all of it was how I was holding the one of one, the quad one of one, the $30,000 card. I was holding it in a way that looks like I was like squeezing on it. Yeah. Which that was a lot of people's comments of like, dude, crushes the card, doesn't never gonna get graded now, guys.
What does it matter if he gets graded because there's only one of them? Which even if it gets like a 2, it doesn't matter.
But the thing is, like, I mean, I can show you right now. Like, I can take this card and it looks like I'm squeezing it, but I'm not.
Real thick hand.
I've got a thick hand. It's a very soft hand, very
thick, like a baseball mint.
But I honestly like it takes nothing to just like show like.
Yeah, there's a lot of cushion there.
There's a lot of it. So I hope my hands stay soft forever and I never do a day of manual labor in my life. That being said, I have been told that my hands are eerily soft at times too. So maybe I should get a little more calluses.
I get that sometimes.
I've been fortunate. I haven't had to work in a field since I was in my teens working at my uncle's ranch. So all that being said, I don't want to talk about me anymore. I appreciate me being a topic, and now I feel like we got to talk about everybody else.
It's not you being a topic.
I know.
It's what you have done. And people, you know what's funny? The correlation between these facsimile autos and just people that like professional wrestling is very similar. Because it's like when I tell people what's one of the hobbies that you like, and I am unashamed to say I love professional wrestling, and they're like, "You mean that fake stuff?" And I'm like, "Listen,
you're fake.
Let me sit down. We can watch wrestling together, and I can explain to you what's going on." But with that being said, I can explain to you why this card is so valuable, what the appeal is to a lot of the Disney fans, sports car collectors, non-sport car collectors, and the value that it will continue to gain throughout time.
I hope so. That's the hope, right? That's what we're all hoping for, is that the cards continue to go up in value. And that's what I've learned too, is like the Disney collector is not the same as every other non-sport collector, especially
the Disney collector is, bro.
Yeah, that is one of the most ravenous and intense collectors out there. And I've said several times, I don't understand why, Topps has put out so many premium products of Disney at the same time. But what I've also noticed is like, oh, well, I'm still filling these breaks. I mean, it's like it's not like I've just had to, go and throw market or product out in the market and take a loss on it. Everybody's still paying for it. And it's not like, some things may not be at the highest heights, but they have not fallen very much, if at all. So in fact, in some cases, like Mint is a hugely successful product right now. I'm finding myself, I went out and I personally spent, and I don't know if my wife's listening, I may or may not have spent like $1,500 in Mint breaks this weekend.
Oh my!
It's insane, right? Like I never.
So you yourself got into breaks.
I'm going out and buying other because I can't buy in my own breaks. It doesn't.
Well,
look good.
Yeah.
What if I
shoot
had
me some PayPal and I can
well, there's also that option.
Some breaks.
But yeah, that's the thing. I love the product. I think it's really cool. It's a thicker card, and it's like and here's the problem that stinks. It is a thicker card, so you're gonna have edges that aren't always gonna be great. You're gonna have like corners that are going to have a higher chance of like having like a little ding in there. The printing on it though, like Chrome had some issues with lines, like print lines and things like that. I haven't really noticed that with this one. So that's a big positive in my mind. But ultimately it's 11 cards in a single box. So you're not getting a ton of them out there. The inserts are really fun. I just like it because I'm trying to get myself like a power line, like Queen of Heart card. Like Queen of Heart's the character. She has the playing deck of cards.
The see-through, what's it called?
Acetate. Yeah,
acetate card.
The fact that it's like a acetate card is also just so cool.
Super cool.
So anyways, it's a fun product. I am getting into it myself.
What spots are you buying?
Queen of Power Line.
Power Line and
Power
Queen of
Line.
Hearts?
No. Power Line is a Queen of Hearts is an insert in there where they're doing the 52 card deck.
Got it.
But no, I get that one. I get personally, I'm going after. I've pulled Remy so many times now, and now that I pulled that Remy one of
You're
one,
like a Remy collector.
I'm now trying to get a few more Remys, even though I sold that one of one. But yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of things. I love Hercules, Meg. She's got autos in there, so I go after the Meg auto. If I can find a decent price on Woody with the Tom,
is that still out, right?
Here's the thing, and
like
I'm not saying this anymore to continue to promote it because it's like, oh, he's just promoting that product because he's going to be breaking it. There's a little bit of that,
yeah.
But there's also
Shameless
like what
plug.
I'm saying is like the $1,500. I don't do that. No, like I might buy in a couple $100, if that, into a break of a product that I'm breaking. But I've found that I've really loved this product, and I'm like, oh, I want more cards in my own collection of it. And when I say like the auto cards are some of my favorite, it's because it's different. This is like the first time, at least that I remember, where the autograph on the card is also including the artist, the actor or actress that was in the movie or cartoon or did the voice. So it's like a real life picture next to the animated picture.
So Tom Hanks, Woody from Toy Story.
Exactly.
Tim Allen, Buzz Lightyear.
Tim is not in this one.
Okay.
But yeah, you've got
what's the other one?
Well, I mean, you've got a number of them. I'm trying to think. The Beast.
Who's Ursula?
Oh yeah, Melissa McCarthy. And you've got Ursula. Yeah. So there's a lot of cool, fun things that they've done with it.
That's awesome.
All that being said, I don't want to talk about Disney anymore because did you see one of the comments on this pod? Which, by the way, the last episode of the pod did really well. Like as far as like
it's all the
comparatively.
GameStop hatred.
The GameStop stuff definitely was part of it, which I had more to talk about with GameStop. But
can we talk about it?
Well, before I go into it, I just wanted to say. One of the comments, which I appreciate that they commented, they said, basically, if it's got Disney, it's for Jesse. And I appreciate that. It's funny. And it's also like, I talk about it a lot. I have been talking about it a lot. I'm not trying. I don't want to be like typecast. And I also don't want to be viewed as like, oh, well, Jesse's only promoting it because he's going to be breaking it, which I can understand why that would be the case. So I'm going to try my best and
what's wrong with that? I mean, Disney is on the tip, like you said. You think people don't want to talk about it, but your breaks are filling up.
Well,
the demand is still there.
It's not that I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to make it the only thing we talk about. You know what I mean? So
let's talk about this.
This is the perfect timing to segue.
Yes. So I had a Pokemon break on Wednesday.
Yes, you did.
So we opened up a Mega Evolutions booster box, and I think it went really well. And just experimenting to what kind of we want to do. I'm currently in the process of buying a lot of singles.
Oh.
And maybe we'll go that route, plus opening up some packs. But to Jesse's case again, Jesse did hit probably one of the best cards out of that.
Wait, did I really?
You
Which
get
one?
The illustration rare Venusaur.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I meant to ask you. I was like, oh, like when I was doing that, I was like, I think I was out or I was with my wife. I don't know what we were doing, but I was like, oh, I wanted to look that up later to see how that did. I never did. What was the
I don't know if it's too expensive, but it's
it's
one of the cooler cards.
It was definitely one of the cooler cards. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Well, if it helps you feel any better, I've gone back in those breaks that I mentioned that I spent that money on.
You got 0?
I didn't get 0, but I didn't do. I think it's starting to waver.
More red autographs.
Yeah, the Jesse pulling cards himself has not been quite as good as what.
Dude,
my case
you know what?
been.
I want a Ninja Turtle set.
Dude, well, go back and get the 1989 Topps one. I
want a current Ninja Turtle set. And I want a Master Splinter autograph. I want a Raphael. Like, wouldn't that be cool to have like a quad auto of all the Ninja Turtles?
You want a facsimile auto, or do you want voice or actor autos?
Both.
Yeah.
Give it to me all.
Now that we've had that, now that we've all experienced what it's like to have like actor autos and the facsimile, I like it. I
give me both.
See room for both.
More of a chance to win or to get something cool.
Speaking of some of the, by the way, Ray is going to be, that was his first like solo break on Fanatics Live. He'll be doing more of these in the future. So please, we'll talk it up on here. We'll post about it, but please go and support him, especially because Pokemon's not been a thing that the SCN channel on there has really been known for. So
yeah, well, I'm looking for some good non-expensive singles so you guys can buy. We're going to go that route this go around and see how that does. Of course, we're going to open up some packs because constantly going to be cracking packs. Phantasmal Flames comes out November 14th. Looking to get my hands on that. The pre-release happened last weekend. Some people have already been pulling that special illustration Charizard, and I don't know what the prices are on eBay. I haven't even looked at them, so Jesse, I don't know if you want to
let me
look at them real quick.
So the special illustration rare Charizard
from Phantasmal Flames.
Okay.
I want to guess 2K. Maybe even 3.
Let's see what we're doing
in a raw non-graded.
Oh, the Japanese, the English version. Okay. Is English going to be more or less expensive?
It always is more expensive than the Japanese.
Well, dang.
But the Japanese has been out for a while, and it's sitting around, what was it, 2K?
I see one that is best offer. It's listed at 1,700 or best offer right now.
For English?
So it has not sold, but that's for English. Yeah.
For English.
Mega Charizard. So that is coming in the Phantasmal
Flames.
That's going to be a bigger hit than what was in, because there's nothing that sells for that high in the newest product that came out, right?
Correct. Mega. And there also is the gold Mega Charizard in Phantasmal Flames, just like the gold Lucario and the gold Gardevoir.
Okay.
That's even going to be harder to pull, so I would think that it's going to be more money. It's going to be great. But this set supposedly is going to be easy to access. I'm hoping that's the case, and we'll crack her open, baby.
Well, and I'm looking too, because I got someone, BJ, I think, sent me this thing. It was showing the Mega Dragonite. It's the Mega Hyper Rare.
Yeah, that's a leak that just happened. There's the gold card and the special illustration rare from, it's one of the sets that we talked about. Dreams.
Oh, okay. One of the future sets.
One of the future sets. So
it's all these leaks coming out. It's very interesting. Like why all the leaks now when we haven't really seen this many leaks in past products?
I think they do it on purpose.
I kind of was wondering that too. Oh, we're on the conspiracy theory train now. Now
I think they do it on purpose to kind of be like, because maybe it's like they don't like this card. Let's not print it.
Yeah, maybe
they really like this card. Go ahead and print it.
Yeah, right. It's not the worst. It's not the dumbest idea. We'll say that. One of the things I had on here was it was going to be more bad news about GameStop, but
more bad news about GameStop.
Well, pump the brakes. Wait a second.
Not GameStop.
Actually, no.
You're talking about that.
That's the thing. There's not more bad news. And here's I'm going to give a little promo, a little plug. To GameStop for this. Hang on. All I'm saying is from what I heard, they were going to be getting rid of the pro discount for TCG products. So that discount that everybody gets because they're a pro member, they weren't going to get that. Apparently, that was pretty much going to happen, but they leaked, the information leaked, and there was enough pushback online and other people that apparently that is not going to be the case.
They're going to pushback.
They're going to continue to give the TCG discount for pro members. So there's also apparently there's like rumors about them removing it for like military and stuff like that. I don't believe that's going to be the case. I think
that's the last people you want to piss off, GameStop.
Dude. Well, so in all of that being said, thank you for listening and deciding not to do that. Because ultimately you could have just done it either.
You think GameStop is listening to us?
I don't know if they're listening to. Well, we have a GameStop video back from earlier this year that not only does it have, I don't know, it's one of the most viewed videos on our Instagram, but GameStop themselves and I believe the CEO commented on that.
Better.
Yeah. So I mean,
we can have GameStop on the podcast.
Hey, that'd be interesting to do actually. GameStop, if you're listening, we would love to do that. So there you go. So good news from GameStop this time. Not always bad.
I'll let you have this one, GameStop.
You didn't change the price. Actually, really what they did is they just didn't do anything. PSA 10 Skywalker 1977 Star Wars card that we talked about that sold for like $268,000. Starting to see some actual positive effects in the Star Wars market, specifically
I've been seeing that.
For that card. If I was talking to Funkel, his name's Matt. He's a great guy. He does a lot of non-sport card sales. He was talking about how he was selling some of his own cards, and he was seeing specifically the ones he was looking at, which were PSA 3, 4s, 5s, 6s of that card. He was noticing a 15 to 20% increase in some of those cards in these sales this last week, which, as obviously we know, it was just recently In fact, it was October 24th when the 77 Luke Skywalker card sold for $268,000. So now, about a week later, we're starting to see the positive effects where you have, like, I pulled up a few of these. So the Luke Skywalker PSA 7 card, that one was selling for $350, $325, somewhere around there on average. You just had one pop off for $500. That was the latest sale on it. There was a PSA 8 of that card. It was selling for about, let's call it $1,000 to $1,100. So $1,000 to $1,100. The last two sales were $1,360 and $1,500. So again, nice bumps in value. The Leia card that sold for the last one before this most recent sale was like $10,000. The most recent sale was $50,000. Now you're seeing other cards increasing as well. The PSA 9 has an insane increase. It's very similar because, I mean, if you think that it went from 10,000 to 50,000, is that a 500% or is that a 400% increase? That's 500% increase, right? Yeah, it's a 500%. It's just 5 times. Yeah. Anyway, it had that kind of increase. A PSA 9, according to Card Ladder, over the last 6 months is up 350%. It was selling for like $673 for a Leia PSA 9. It's going for $3,000. The most recent sale is $3,000. So again, positive effects on the market that we're seeing in non-sport cards. I think the more we talk about it, the more we see it out there that people are like, oh, the card that has a population of 15 or a card that has a population of 1, that shouldn't go for only $20. These are things that are common sense, but it's like people have to know that that's even a thing. I think a lot of people they assume like, oh, that's a junk wax era card, or everybody's got that card, so there's probably plenty of them out there that everybody wants. Well, that's not the case. There's only very few that are high quality cards that people.
We need to do an episode of what people need to look out for. When,
like what do you mean?
Pop reports, like
like just how to,
things like that. I think that would be something good to bring to the table that can give people a lot of value that are looking.
It's good evergreen content.
Yes,
I'll tell you that much.
that are looking to collect non-sports, but they don't really know what's going on. What is a pop report?
What is it?
Why did that Luke Skywalker sell for that much?
Why is this guy talking about soda reports all the time?
Yes.
I don't get it. No, I agree with you. I think we should do that.
Well, there's always exceptions to the rules, of course, but you need to learn the rules before you know how to break them.
Yeah, guys, come on. We're not all that cool to go breaking rules all the time. All right, last thing I've got, and then I'll let you have any other last thing before we go to our interview. Star Wars Galaxy and SpongeBob Sapphire have now been announced as far as releases coming soon. There's going to be an EQL of SpongeBob Sapphire this Friday on Topps' website. If you want a chance of getting it, I don't know what box prices are going to be.
That's going to be crazy.
It'll be interesting. In fact, I knew this was happening, but this kind of came up in our interview, which you'll probably hear about. The prices that he quoted, I don't know if that can be accurate. He said like $350 or something for a Sapphire box, but that's like, I mean, they're going for more than that for just the regular Chrome boxes right now. So I would be kind of shocked if they came out.
That's retail?
Yeah.
MSRP?
I mean, yes. Yeah. So, I mean, granted, the EQL, typically you get a little bit of a discount, but I'd still be kind of shocked if it was only $350. I'd be happy.
What is a box of the Disney Sapphire?
Disney Sapphire at retail is like I said, like $1,000 or something.
1,000 MSRP?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so that comes out this Friday, November 7th, 1 p.m. Eastern, if you want to get in that EQL. The other drop, I guess, that's happening is Star Wars Galaxy. So I believe Star Wars Galaxy is going to have a release date, according to rumors, what people are starting to spread on the internet. Granted, I have not confirmed this myself 100%, but they're saying it comes out December 12th. Now, that being said, there is going to be a drop on Topps website for pre-orders, which, again, all you hardcore collectors, I know you want. I believe it's going to be coming out Tuesday of this week, which stinks because the pod, again, we got to figure out if we can get a producer to get this out just a little bit sooner because it's coming out. It comes out like in the wee hours of Wednesday. But, yeah, if it could come out even same day, that'd be even better because by the time they're hearing this, it would have already dropped. But the good news is that Galaxy is coming. They're not scenes from the movie. It's not things that most people have seen in the Star Wars universe. It's like artist interpretations and things like that, which is, some of them are just so cool.
I think
very cool designs.
It's cool that Kevin was saying that he drew himself as a stormtrooper.
I know, right? Like, you wouldn't know that unless you had heard from him. I love that.
It's like, this is going to be in a product. I'm going to put myself in it.
Well, November 4th, 12 p.m. Eastern time, it will be when it had dropped. So when you're listening to this, I apologize. But that's the pre-order. It says pre-order. It doesn't say EQL. So what that means to me is, what it means to me is if I'm there early enough, I can just buy the product. I don't have to, like, get randomly chosen. So that's what I'm really hoping for.
You have been chosen.
We're going to go to our interview, but first, Ray, before we do that,
before we go real quick, I just want to give you guys some good value here, Jesse.
Please.
Rundown of Black Friday Pokemon deals for retail stores.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Walmart, Paldean Fates box, 11 packs, $74.99.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Four different EX collection boxes at Walmart. 8 packs per box, $20. But you get 2. It's like a double box.
Okay.
So you get 2. So $20.
So it's 8, but I am getting 8 packs.
You're getting,
or am I getting 16 packs?
You're getting 8 packs.
Okay, 8 packs. All right, got it. Yep. But 8 packs for $20.
Exactly.
Yeah.
8 packs for $20. 2 Twilight Masquerade, 2 Surging Sparks, 2 Journey Together, and 2 Destined Rivals. $250 a pack. No limit. There's no limit. Yeah, I think you're actually getting. Is that 6?
No, that was 8.
Yeah. Okay.
So where's this at again?
Walmart.
Both of those were Walmart.
Both of those are Walmart.
Okay.
Target Collection Bundles EX box. 2 total, 4 boxes. So you're getting like 2 boxes together.
Yep.
Okay. 4 total boxes. 2 different sets. 4 packs per box.
So 16.
No, you're getting 8 because it's.
Why are there so many boxes?
I know.
Just do 1 box and tell me how many packs are in there.
$25.
Okay.
$25
for 8 packs.
2 Journey Togethers and 2 Destined Rivals for each box.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Costco, not a Black Friday. Those are the Pokemon Black Fridays. But I did see that Costco is putting out the Spider-Man Magic the Gathering Web Slinger kit. Comes with a Miles Morales promo card.
Oh.
And 6 play boosters.
Oh, okay. Not the collector booster.
Not the collector boosters, but
so mind you going out there and buying for your, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I got a good gift idea for my other collector person, I'm sure they'd still enjoy it, but they're probably wanting more of the collector version.
Mm-hmm. And last one, Dollar General has their Black Friday ad. This ad has Brilliant Stars ETBs for $40.
No way.
Which is,
let me see this,
insane.
An ETB of any Pokemon being $40.
Yeah, but for Brilliant Stars, because that's the last block, is absolutely insane. Which I've never gotten anything from Dollar General because everybody usually just gets all of it when they see it, or the employees backdoor it or whatever. Which I don't blame them. But that's all I got.
Okay. Well, honestly, I really appreciate the fact that you have like Black Friday deals for people, because I mean, that'll be here before you know it. So thank you, everybody. We're going to go ahead and jump into our interview. This is going to be Kevin Graham, artist extraordinaire. All right. So we have got Kevin Graham. He is the sketch artist that I have previously alluded to in one of our earlier episodes about one of our large sales that we've seen. Kevin, thank you so much for coming on the show. We wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you do for a living and maybe just a little bit more about yourself as well.
Sure. It's nice to meet you both.
Yeah, thank you so much. So Ray and I were talking to you just briefly before, and we were commenting on your background. First off, you got
amazing collection.
You got some Toy Story. You got some SpongeBob.
Are those vinyl or what?
They are. What you'll learn a lot about me is I do a lot of imports. Everything that you see is from China. These figures mostly that you see here just came out last year. I also do unboxings. if I were to, it would take me hours to show you everything in my house. I have such a massive collection that I can't move in this room.
Oh, wow. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's the definition of a lot of our listeners, I would say. They've got their room of collectibles. I know I'm the same, and Ray is too.
Yep.
Are you like, have you been a card collector for a while, or is that just more of like, it's more work than fun for you?
No, funny enough, when I was, I think it would have been 9 years old, which would have, this is aging me, 1979, 1980, I was into the Yankees, and I used to go down to the local store and used to pay like, what, 30 cents a pack, and I would look for Reggie Jackson cards, and sadly, I lost him over the years, but I actually worked for PSA for a few years, and wow. Their payment to me was getting cards graded. So I actually got the original cards that I would have collected as a kid graded, and I have those in my collection.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. That's
awesome. What year did you work for PSA? Or what years were...
Oh geez. Unfortunately, I had them all packed away. I'm gonna say 4 years ago, 4 or 5, right when they switched owners.
Oh, okay.
Orlando, I believe, was the past owner. When they switched, they went to all doing in-house stuff. I used to design the covers of their magazine, and
that's cool.
If you look back at old issues that I did, you'll find an ad in there for my own artwork.
Oh, that's cool. That's well, and that kind of leads into why we wanted to have you on, because you are a sketch artist. And how long have you been doing sketches for cards specifically?
I don't know if this is a sad or good thing, but it has been, it'll be 20 years next year. I never expected sketch cards to last this long.
Wow.
That's great.
I didn't even know they were, I mean, well, I'm trying to think. I have some cards from like an early Topps Indiana Jones, which was like 2007.
Yep, I worked on those.
Did you really? Did you do any of the ones where they've got like well, there's some where there's a little blood, like it's like a Nazi's face melting and like a little blood in the corner of the mouth.
I'm not sure if I did that one. It's funny how things have changed, because rules are a lot more strict now than they used to be. But when I started in 2006, it was originally just pencil sketches. Everyone would do pencil drawings. Yeah. And then someone had to go and put color in their stuff. And then eventually the rules were that you have to do all color all the time. But in the beginning, it was just pencil. I think, if I'm correct, I think I've done about, it's probably more than this now, but about 15,000 sketch cards since 2006.
Oh my goodness, that's insane. It's impressive is honestly what it is. How long does it take you to do a sketch? And mind you, we had Eric Medina, another sketch artist in a number of other products. He's been on the podcast before. It was back a few months, and it was like this is like a different climate, it feels like. Even though that was only like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, the sketch market has been changing so much. And every sketch artist we're finding out has their own way of doing things, and their experiences are interesting. So we wanted to talk to you more about like how does your work, how has it been affected with what's going on in the marketplace? But before we get there, tell us about like some of the sketches that like your process of doing that.
Originally, before Fanatics bought Topps, things were a lot more loose in doing things. You could get away with doing a lot more stuff. Like back in the day, I even have, actually it's in front of me, oddly enough. I drew myself as Star Wars characters when I worked on Star Wars. You can't do that anymore, but if you ever see this card, I'll do my best to show it on here. This was a set that is actually Star Wars Galaxy.
I was going to say, that looks like a Galaxy product.
Yeah, I painted myself. Those are actually, I own my own Stormtrooper costume. So
oh, wow.
all these 6, I think it's 6. Yeah, 6 Stormtroopers are me, and one actually has its helmet off, and that's me also. My wife took the photos of all these, and then I just painted these. But a fan was actually nice enough to buy this card, which I think sold for a couple $100, and they sent it to me, and I still have it. I won't be able to get rid of it. But back in the day, we were able to pretty much do any character. Nowadays, they send a list out of the do's and do nots, and like we're not allowed to draw Slave Leia anymore.
Wow.
Just because of the name, I guess, or also because of her clothing. I guess people got a little too crazy on cleavage and such, is my guess. We're also not allowed to paint Captain Phasma without her helmet on.
That makes sense.
Even Darth Vader and stuff like that. You can never show a gun pointed directly at a person in artwork, so you have to have it going this way or this way.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's got kind of crazy. I say this every year, but I'm trying to retire, and I can explain more about that later. But normally, like I said at the beginning, we get to do pencils and then color. And my early sketch cards are horrible because back in the day, like when I first started doing sketch cards, which I did Lord of the Rings, and I had no idea how long it took to do a sketch card, so I took 450 cards, and I had 13 days to do that many.
Whoa.
And the deadlines back then were more rough, where they'd ask you to do something. Sometimes you wouldn't receive the cards until weeks later, so you lost that time. So I look back at my old stuff and cringe, because if you look up my early stuff, I wish I could just delete all that stuff off the internet, because I had to go very fast, where what I do now, it can take literally days to do one card, especially what I'm working on right now, but I can't obviously talk about that.
Are you sure you can't? You can think about it.
Give us a little clue. Give us just a little.
It's in my thought, it's kind of my swan song, as they say, which is your going out thing. Because it's something that's very dear to my heart, what I'm working on. And like I said, some of these cards take at least a day and a half, or sometimes 2 days to finish one card, just because they're insanely detailed on these ones I'm doing now. You'll notice...
Well, I was just going to say, point out for those who don't know, we were looking at some of your specific sketches that have sold on eBay and other places, other marketplaces in the last, I went back like a few months. I am pretty impressed, just to say the least, on your abilities. Like, you see some of these going for, there's like a Jyn Erso sketch that sold. Now, granted, this one was a couple years ago, but it sold a couple years ago for $3,300. And that's like, today's market, we're seeing cards, more sketches going for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. But they're only for like the most premium one. So back then for $3,300, I think most people can probably understand that is a very premium looking card, very professional looking. What kind of time do you have to devote to put in to get something like that?
Like I said, usually a few days. It also depends on the deadlines. If it's something I get, some of the deadlines on tops were literally like a day. Like, there's an article about me on the New York Times. I made the New York Times top list of the worst sports cards ever.
Oh,
and
no.
it's one card that I joke about, because what happened was they sent me, I did 100 baseball cards in a month, and these weren't just the small size. We did these at 5x7, and I did a bunch of them, and then they'd be like, hey, yo, can you hook us up with, like, we need 3 more people by tomorrow. And I'm like, what? And so overnight I had to paint these cards. Well, I only got to do the shading or the main part before I do the highlights. And they're like, we need that back. And I had to send it in. And unfortunately it got used. And I feel so bad for the guy, because it was his rookie card. And in the interview, they asked him, and even he joked about it, and it doesn't bother me. I even made a joke, and for a while, it was a couple of years ago, I actually would give them out as gifts. I bought a bunch of them and just kind of gave them away just to be a smartass, because crap happens sometimes, and that's just unfortunate. But we're definitely given a lot more time nowadays. But if you'll notice, even with my SpongeBob, there's really detailed, and then all of a sudden you'll see just a pink card with Patrick's face, or the same with SpongeBob, and that's because I literally ran out of time, and it was like the next day I had to mail them, so I had to do them very quickly.
Oh, gotcha. Well, so you were talking about like these cards as if the player saw the card that you had done, and I am curious. Are these cards, just so we're clear, they're not cards that are actually like mass produced, right? You're not doing any of the art.
This was a mass produced card.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's interesting.
What they do is a lot of times, at least for baseball, I don't do baseball anymore. But what they used to do is, even when Star Wars does this, they'll have you paint a sketch, normal 2.5 by 3.5. And then that gets mass produced. However, it also gets put in the packs. So you have an opportunity to actually pull the original art that's on the base card. And
wow.
I did that a lot for baseball. The card that I showed you a minute ago, that was a different thing where they hire you to do you could do a large gigantic painting and shrink it down. Mm-hmm. But often they'll send you, even with baseball, I've had ones where actually a Star Wars set that's coming out that I can't talk about.
Sure.
At least not yet.
Well, Galaxy comes out here shortly, is what I'm hearing. If they, you don't have to name names.
I honestly don't. You know what's crazy? There is so many sets like this year. I don't know if it's just because Topps just got the Disney license for this year, but there's a lot of Disney, as you already have seen. There's a lot of Disney sets, and there's more coming. And then I was surprised just before I came on here that I saw that SpongeBob's a Sapphire set coming out shortly, and the price for the box is insane. Like $320 or $350 for it.
That's got to go up from there. I'm gonna guess that's the EQL price, because the normal Chrome boxes are still selling for about 400 and up. So
on the secondary market,
yeah, I'm gonna guess Sapphire may be going up from there.
Yeah, luckily enough, I missed out on getting Well, this is another thing that kind of sucks. We used to get, every time we worked on a product, we would get sent a box of that. They don't do that. They don't do that anymore. So
that's lame.
Yeah, I didn't have a ton of money at the time because of other stuff I buy. So someone was kind enough to trade. So I did sketches for them, and then they gave me boxes, and then I opened them. I lost out on that the several times I tried it. So I ended up trading someone and unboxing those. But I was hoping to get, I think only twice have I ever pulled my own sketch cards. One of them actually I have on video on my channel. It was for a Star Trek set. And the funny enough thing is, Rittenhouse, who makes Star Trek, they make metal cards. And right before the video, I showed this picture of the metal card. And crazy enough, that is the card I pulled out of the box.
Oh, wow.
So it's only the second time. One other time was, I think it was George Lucas as a Star Wars character was the only other time I pulled one of my own.
Oh, wow. So just so we're all clear, you not only are an artist, a sketch artist, but you actually are making cards in sets where they are taking, not photographs, but they're taking custom artwork pieces, such as that's basically what Star Wars Galaxy is known for and other products in the past.
Yeah, I'm thinking the one I just showed you, and plus I also did, there was another one where Boba Fett is standing on a Rancor, and then I even did animation cells, like traditional hand-drawn animation cells, and that was a subset in Galaxy, I think, once, or whenever they had, you could only buy at Target. That was a set where I drew 9 cards, and those are hard to find now. I still have my original ones. I think they were all graded as 10s, so I kept that one set for myself. But I sold all the animation cells to one collector a long time ago. Yes, for the most, like, there's a Star Wars set. I'll just say there's a Star Wars set coming out where they asked me to paint 2 characters, and I had to paint them on a sketch card. So you'll still be able to pull the original and, get the ones in pack cards.
Honestly,
as a base card.
Wow, that is really cool to me. I think the fact that you can get not only a actual, card, because I love some of the Galaxy art cards. Like it's becoming my favorite set of the year. And knowing that I could actually get the original sketch that goes with it, I feel like that's even more of a premium for that specific set when it comes out. Is this the first time they're doing? Well, I guess you've done this before. Is this the first time they've done it in Star Wars?
But there's a lot more. It's funny to me because I've been doing this for so long that I saw the climb up, the highs, the crash. Now there's all new people collecting, and so it's going back up again. I'm not going to say it's crashing or going to, but
sure.
It's just funny to see where you were getting stuff that almost felt painful for me to sell my own. This is another thing that's changed. We used to have this deal where you would do, for every 10 sketch cards you would do, you would get to keep one for yourself. And then that's usually where you made your money back. But unfortunately, other artists sold the blanks to other people, dealers or whomever, and then other people would end up doing sketch cards that were not approved or not appropriate. They weren't even on the sets. And then Disney had enough of that and said no more. So we no longer get to keep any for ourselves for Star Wars. So any of the sketches that I sell now are things that I kept because I have hundreds of blanks that were from past sets that I worked on.
Oh, okay.
But sadly, they stopped doing it.
So basically, if I have this correct, say you do take a contract with Topps to make a card or a sketch in their set, and are you just telling them, hey, I can do like 50 or 100, or are they telling you, hey, we need you to do 100 for this?
Now, normally what they do is they'll send an email out telling you about the set that's, here's congratulations, you've been chosen to work on this set. How many would you like? It's a lot better than organized. I will say that for fanatics buying it. Before they'd send a letter contract out and then you'd sign it and send it back. Now everything is online. So you go on, you get the email. Each artist is assigned a number. So you go on, say there's the SpongeBob set. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm definitely working on that. So I click on the join, and then you go to a page, and then you key in your number and then how many you want to do. And then they'll show you the date, because there's two different dates. They need the scans by date, and then there's a mail-in that they have to have them in hand. Usually it's a week between or a few days. You have to get them done.
Sure.
Or you get booted down if you don't make deadlines, and you could get fired completely if you don't make the deadlines.
Okay.
If you keep doing it, just like any real job.
So are you're saying like, oh, okay, well, I'll do 50 for this set. They'll send you 50 blanks, and then they're basically expecting 50 blanks back from you. And is that how they're keeping track, that no one's like holding on to a few extra or something like that?
Yeah, I accidentally, when I sent the scan and I forgot one card to scan, and they're like, yo, you're missing one.
Oh, okay. So they're pretty keeping a close eye on that.
But before it wasn't monitored that well. And it's unfortunate, but I've always did my best to always stay on. I've been doing this forever. I'm a lot older than most people that are doing these sets.
One of your cards was the Mickey Mouse sketch, and it came out of the Topps Chrome product. And this is kind of one of those things where I had posted about, and we talked about it in an earlier episode. It said, like, I think the eBay said it sold for like 10,000, but when you really looked down, saw what the Best Buy or the accepted offer was, it was at $5,000. So you had a sketch that sold for $5,000 of Mickey Mouse, just the head of classic Mickey, and it looks fantastic. It's out of this world. But you kind of posed the question of like, hey, where's the compensation, or where does the artist benefit from this? Because that really the artist doesn't really see anything from that. Is that right?
Absolutely not, unless it was me posting. But like I said, we don't get to keep these anymore, which really sucks for me, because as you probably can see, I'm a huge Disney fan. Like, I have hundreds of $1,000s worth of collectibles. And so Disney was my thing. And I'm like, well, this really blows because, you know, I would love to keep some of these for myself. I wouldn't even sell them. I'd keep them for myself, get them graded or something, or just keep them. And it's really unfortunate because the two licenses I like the most, which is SpongeBob and Disney, that's what I do unboxings of all the time. I don't get to keep any of that. So my only chance is one person did approach me, or I think I did through eBay, trying to make a trade deal, trying to get one of my own sketch cards to keep. But we don't get to keep them anymore. But yeah, I see these prices and I'm like, holy crap, this is insane. Because that Mickey Mouse sketch, literally, that was one of my last ones because I ran out of time. If you compare it to others, that literally took me, I don't know, 20 minutes, if that. And so that's depressing when you see someone getting five. I literally made a joke that I recorded for one of my future videos because I can't post them yet. I started doing videos of showing all the sketches that I hand in, and I literally held the stack of 50 cards, and I said, I'm holding $50,000 right here if they go for what most of the sketch cards are going for these days. And that is going to someone else, but it's literally $50,000 if they would go for $1,000 each, and they were all detailed stuff. So
with that, can you give us an idea for what the sketch artist makes for higher quality sketches like this? Because I assume too, there's a different payout level depending on the level of sketch.
It didn't always used to be that way, and I can't tell at the moment while I'm still working there to keep my future things, but you know, down the road. But anyways, no, I'll just tell you that when I started, it was $1.50 per sketch card. That to me, I was offended, but I continued to work because I literally were doing it for the love of the doing it for people. I see people's happy. I have a video that someone sent me, and it wasn't even my best stuff. I did stuff for Wizard of Oz, and a family in the United Kingdom collects my cards, and it was Christmas time, and his daughters open it like, we're looking for a gram. I was so happy to see them so happy about it. But I literally, when it came time to submit your invoice for getting paid, a lot of the times I never sent it in, or if I did, I donated it to people because it was offensive to me personally. And so I usually didn't even take the pay. I don't have any sketch cards at all, hardly, of my own. I either sell the commissions on official stock, or because really on the contract, you're not supposed to, they check your social media and everything. And if you're selling stuff on the side, you're not going to get hired.
Sure. I got to imagine they're not happy about that. But in this situation, you're working for not just Topps, but I see you've got Game of Thrones cards that you've done, I guess, with Rittenhouse, which is crazy to me too, because like Rittenhouse is typically not up there with resale a lot of times, even though the cards are very cool. But the sketch card itself, the one of Daenerys, it's $1,200
with Topps now. They didn't always do this, but now they have. If you'll notice, when you see one set come out, some backs have gold, some have black. The gold ones, oddly enough, the gold ones are lower pay, and then the black ones are the higher pay. I don't know if there's other low. I think there might have been a silver at once, but I know for sure that there's a black and gold. And mine is the black level. But I don't know what everyone else makes, really. I mean, I can just guess on what I used to be paid and what I am now. I just wish that was way long ago I was paid those prices, because it's really shameful.
Well, if anybody goes and like plugs into like Card Ladder or eBay and just looks at the sold items of sketches of Kevin Graham, you'll see what we're talking about. It is like some of that the most realistic realism, I guess, is the style.
Yeah, I do photorealistic art. I've always been into that. The funny thing is, when I was younger, I've drawn my entire life, but when I was younger, I used to do pointillism, or stippling, just black and white dots. You'd have to do millions and millions of dots to create an image. So it was highly detailed, but as that way. And I used to do that at the beginning, but I realized color is what paid more. So I had to switch to that. And only within, I'd say, the last, it could be longer now. I don't pay attention as much, but I'd say within the last 5 years, I started doing, my stuff now is done in oil paints and colored pencil, and that's why it's so highly detailed.
Been great being able to like actually talk to someone who is in it. And it is one of those where I don't know how you solve the problem of like, you know, compensation for the sketch artist, but it is, if nothing else, something to bring awareness to, that some of these sketches that we love, you know, the fans love, are coming from people that, you know, at the end of the day may not have the same kind of compensation that you would expect someone who has a $5,000 art sale to actually receive. So
yeah, this is a card. I literally can push a button and it lights up, and it's not even that thick.
that's cool. Not very thick. Oh, and it lights up. Wow.
Yes, it lights up. It comes with a USB or a USB-C charger that you sit on here, and it's electronic. It sends the signal to your, like how you charge an iPhone is how this card is lit up. I have no idea how they get LEDs that small, but
that's a SpongeBob card out of some product in China.
Yeah. This is autograph cards you can get. I have actually the other day I happened to pull an autograph myself, but they have numbered cards like this one here. The design work on these are absolutely insane, and these are numbered. That's to 199. They have these. This one I love. There's a whole different. The level of design is insane, to be honest, for the Chinese, and I may be working with them in the future. So I just. I'm blown away by what is out there, but I'm hoping these other companies decide to do sketch cards. I already know, like Kakao or Hotbox, they do Disney ones with some. I think most of their sketch card artists are all in Asia, though, at the moment. But then there's that thing where, you know, Topps has U.S. license, so these other people have to see if they can get it, if it's not exclusive, which Fanatics is trying to take on everything, I guess. But no, I definitely would love to see the prices, but and I, like I said myself, I would ask an artist like, hey, could you do a big painting for me, and help them out directly, because for 20 years I've never been, you know, really trying to sell my art otherwise, to just doing sketch cards.
Well, let me ask you. So, you know, I don't know if there's a solution to this, because obviously there is still, you know, people want a dollar bill that's printed on, you know, real, like a real, I guess the paper that is minted by the U.S. government. They don't want a forged one, right? And it feels like, oh, well, if I get something that's not licensed, or it's not licensed in the U.S., then it's not necessarily the same kind of valuation as it would if it was by the one and only, you know, exclusive license at the time. So I think there's like some mental aspect of that value that gives them a little clarity of like, oh, well, I know Topps is the official licensing here, so I'm going to pay a premium for that, because other people will pay a premium for it and they would buy it off me. For things like this, where it's like a card in another country, I think, oh, well, yeah, they have the licensing in that country, so it makes sense. But it's just like, we don't understand. We can't read Chinese, you know, like we wouldn't know. Another collector in the U.S. where you're going to buy and sell it may not have the same desire for something that they don't fully understand what's being said on there.
The bizarre thing about that is it's all in English.
Oh, is it really?
Yes. I actually I have a case sitting here I'll be opening soon, but everything on the front of this is in English. Even on the box, it has two sides, so they consider it about both things. One side is Chinese, and that gives you the list of every single card that's in this.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go online and look. And there's English on the opposite side.
Wow.
And then on the front, it also has it in English, and on the back side has both English and Chinese. And these are there's like 10 packs guaranteed a numbered card in every single thing. The inserts are insane, but even though a lot of these sets say, like it literally says on the back of this, allowed only in sale for mainland China, but it's all in English. So they, I guess they care enough about the people who live in China that speaking, English or whatever. But you always, it's unfortunately burning people's heads. Were like, it's from China. It's crap. 99% of the stuff that comes to the United States is from China.
Sure.
The phones you're using or whatever are from China. But, it's all about name, unfortunately.
Kevin, let me ask you then, how could someone support you? Because obviously we appreciate the work that you do, and not just the past sets you've done, but the next few ones, it sounds like that will be coming out. But I know you've got Kevin's Disneygram, which is your YouTube channel. And I've seen other other sketch artists. They'll sell sketches that are not on, Topps printing or anything like that, but they'll sell sketches on their own, medium, whether it's a poster or another sketch size card. Is there anything like that the listener, if they wanted to go out and support Kevin Graham's art, they could do?
If Kevin Graham art, basically, if you look that up, you should be getting it's all of my platforms for the most part as Kevin Graham art, and Graham is, you wouldn't believe the amount of people who cannot spell Graham. I have to tell them it's like the cracker, Graham. So it's Kevin Graham art. And that is my Instagram. That's my YouTube. And I just recently tried to start on Whatnot, but I had to go away for a week. But I was selling the Chinese cards. But that's also Kevin Graham art with the number 1 after.
Okay.
But most of anything else you look up, Kevin Graham art, you'll find me. But I'm always up for commissions. I mean, I have, like you mentioned, I've worked on many other licenses. So I have Doctor Who blanks. I have Major League Baseball blanks that I still randomly do. All of the money that either I make, although most of the time goes back to the entertainment.
Whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, Whatnot, whatever platform, it sounds like you can probably find it if you just go to Google.
Get your family portrait done.
After that interview, I took away a couple things. One, for these guys who've been doing this for that long, and he's got these blanks, man, that's not a bad idea, like to get with some of these sketch artists to commission some pieces, because back when they could still, of course, have the blanks, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like, you're not going to get in trouble, from my understanding. So he could actually make you a custom sketch on one of those blank cards, and it's still like, it would have that resale value, I would assume, that a lot of other ones would.
Do you think so?
Because if it's a blank, that would, my understanding is, it still has like the Topps printing on the back, right? So that's what people want. They want it on the Topps printed card, like the blank card. They want the actual sketch, and then on the back they want to flip it over and they want to see, Topps copyright and the signature.
I would think that maybe Topps would have an issue with that.
Well, that's what it sounds like. And that's why they're not doing it anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why they're not allowed to. Well, sounds like some people.
All the blanks back.
Sounds like there's some bad actors out there that were maybe taking advantage of it based on what he said. But yeah, I mean that's how it used to work. So if he's still got some left over, I'm assuming that's still allowed to be sold and moved. That, I don't know. I kind of hesitate even mentioning the idea because I don't want someone else to go and do it.
Or get people in trouble.
Well, I don't think that's the case.
We all know how.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think anybody's getting in trouble for it. But anyways, that what we didn't get into was just some of the other sketches out there that are doing crazy money. Like today we're recording November 3rd. Sunday, November 2nd, there was a Scrooge McDuck. This is a gold foil, which he even mentioned. The black foils are the ones that are even more valuable in many cases. That's what the Mickey Mouse
that he had was.
It was a black foil. Yeah, exactly. But there's a Scrooge McDuck, which honestly, it's by an artist by Mike Ritchie. This thing is out of this world. Like,
can you
detailed.
throw it up on the screen?
I'll show you real quick. So the Scrooge McDuck just sold for $7,300. And it is just, the detail on it is gross. I mean, gross isn't good. But yeah, it looks like it's sold on, I guess, COMC on eBay. I'm very impressed with that card.
It's pretty nice.
I think that other cards like this, well, what's number 2, which is funny. This V-Friends sketch elephant, which is
our
Mr.
boy
BJ Kroger's. that sold for $7,200. I just looked at cards.
That's like a Gary sketch, isn't it, though?
Yeah, Gary V made that one. The next one under that sold for $6,200. This was back in September. This is a Frank Miller original from 2025 Topps Chrome, and it's a Spider-Man sketch. Which, here's the thing. The Spider-Man itself doesn't look all that great, but you're buying the name here. You're buying the Frank Miller name with these. It's a black and white sketch. Another one sold for, $6,000 in end of August. So those are going for high value. Obviously, his Mickey Mouse one is, it is very, if you see it, it is kind of simple, but you can tell like it's very professionally done.
When the cartoons come up and
at the end of or the beginning or something.
I can't remember.
Yeah, and it just shows the head of the cartoon. That's Mickey the Mouse. Classic look of it. But they're going for multiple thousands of dollars. You're seeing this in
McDuck, man.
Pretty much everybody. And he never said he worked for Upper Deck, but Upper Deck's been doing this obviously for years as well. They've got tons of them in their Marvel products, but now that is that I think Disney has set the bar, like as far as like resale value on sketches go, at the highest height. Like I think you were seeing probably Marvel maybe outdoing some Star Wars because we've been having Star Wars sketches for so long from Topps. Now you had Marvel and then those were selling really well, but now that Disney's come out, there's really nothing to
Disney
compete with
is
that.
king. How long do you think that'll last?
Well, I mean,
because this is of course the first year of the licensing. Well, you think this is going to last? Is it sustainable?
Here's the thing: they're all one of ones, right? Like they're all different.
But will the sketch cards continue like next year's Topps Chrome, next year's Disney Sapphire?
Will they continue to make them, or will they continue to sell at these premiums?
Correct. Sell at these premiums.
That's why I made a point of mentioning the fact that he had like one of these cards selling back in 2023 for $3,300, right? Like
that's still a lot of money.
That's what I mean.
It's no chump change.
$3,300 in May of 2023. So that wasn't like at the height of where we're at right now. That was a Jin Urso sketch card that sold for that amount. I think that we will see ebbs and flows. I think we will see people continuing to pay for quality work. Like when he is one of the best sketch artists, like if you got that, you would consider that one of the best sketches. If I got it, it'd be the best sketch I ever pulled. Like I've never pulled one that good before. And so
all of the ones that you've pulled have just been like line sketches, right?
No, I mean, I've
like
had
any
some
color ones.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay,
yeah, plenty of.
All right,
what you saying over here, bro? No. I mean,
we'll get into your pulls.
Well, that being said, I do want to just point out the fact that I do think that the sketch market is one of those where yes, you'll probably see some ups and downs. But I think this is the closest thing that unites card collecting and the premium art world, the art collecting world. Because art collecting is someone doing an actual like sketch. It's not a printing, right? And this is like that connection between the two. I wouldn't be surprised to see sketches continuing to go up in value. Like I honestly think that if someone knows for a fact like this sketch artist is known by the community as being, one of the best, that lore will increase. That will mean their prints or their sketches will become more valuable. And then all you just need is the perfect, idea for that sketch. If it is, one of the ones that he's already done, great. Whatever artist it is that makes it. If it's a sketch where they can do something that was never in a scene, it's just like something they imagined, and that was exactly what the audience, the Disney audience or Marvel audience, whoever it is buying, is what they were wanting to see, then who knows? Maybe that's the first $10,000 sketch card. So, yeah, my thinking is it could see some down. It could go down from here. It could go, sideways. But I think ultimately we'll continue to see it going up.
Nice.
You have to respond. This is a podcast.
I get that.
Nod your head.
I mean,
Raymond,
you were talking about like how this is merging the fine art world with the.
Yeah, you're allowed to disagree.
I mean,
as an art kid, you were an art kid.
I was an art kid. I am still an art kid.
We need to make sure the world knows
this.
By the way, this is all the end of the podcast. We are going to go back and re-record the beginning.
Okay,
just so you know. Okay.
All right, I was just being clear.
Yeah.
But I do like it.
But you're not as into it.
If I were to pull a card, I would want it to be a sketch card.
Okay.
And yeah, but I just don't think that the same people that collect art are collecting.
You don't think there's people out there that love like a Picasso and they're also like, hey, I also love Disney. I love classical Disney.
Bro,
movies.
Those are two different kinds of people.
Well, okay, so Picasso may be a farther stretch, but there's
like
modern art that sells right now where it goes for tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So someone who has some modern art in their home, and then they go out and they see this and they're, oh, well, I am a 40-something-year-old or a 30-something-year-old. I've got some money. I've been working for a number of years. I want this as a collectible for my investment into the future of whether that is my collectible portfolio or just my retirement portfolio in general. I could 100% people.
You think these cards will hold their value over time?
I mean, of course, it just depends, right? Like, it depends on what it is. But I think in general, sketches like these, if you have a artist that becomes more well-known, yes. But that's one of those caveats, right? Like, I can say it, but in 5 years, if that sketch artist, like, no one's ever heard from him again, and that sketches get even better and better, they just become more mainstream. I mean, maybe that's not as premium anymore.
I mean, it's not like Banksy is making a Mickey Mouse drawing and throwing it in.
Not yet.
That would be insane.
But there are some sketch artists out there whose names are now very recognizable. Kevin is one of the more recognizable names, especially because of the quality of art. So you get more guys where it's like they're chasing that artist. I mean, many people are breaking some of these products looking for specific, like they'll sell a spot based on the name of the artist, not the character. So it's like, oh, wow, I didn't know that there was so much popularity among some of these artists. And that's, if you're generating hype around the artists themselves, then you're going to, I think, outlast maybe just the moment of the product that comes out.
You think this is why you see these, I don't even know what you call it, but these third party, like the piggy banks and all these all these people that are making art. I mean, in a trading card that they make, but it's like digital, or some of them are sketches.
Yeah,
and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own money, and do you think this is the reason why?
I think the same desire for someone who has a sketch would overlap with someone who's getting a bank, or not a bank, but a piggy banks, like one of one or limited printing or something like that. You want something that's unique, but it's also like a cool design or idea. The fact that some of these sketches are not just cuts from the movie or TV show, but it's an original idea for that character. I mean, yeah, that creates more fanfare, knowing like, oh, I've got the only Spider-Man jumping up and down doing jumping jacks. Like that is just something that,
or do the Spider-Man meme.
Or Spider-Man meme. Yeah, but I do think there's a lot of overlap. So ultimately, again, hype around the artists themselves, hype around the IP, and then of course, what is actually in that picture? What's the character doing? Those kinds of things. It will continue to. Those are all factors that are going to determine value, and it'll determine that long-term value as well, in my opinion. All right, that's your show. We're going to go ahead and end it right there because
bada beam, bada boom.
We are going to now.
Real guy in the room. How you doing?
What? Is that a thing?
It's used to be a wrestler, Enzo Amore.
Oh, Enzo.
SAWFT. Soft.
What did you just say? Is that a thing that he would do?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're breaking my brain here because here's the thing. I'm going to break the fourth wall. And we're going to go back and record the first part of this show. So all that being said, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the support of Ray and myself doing Hobby Nonsense. This is the only thing we'll really continue to ask is go out and support us. Go
out and support us. We'll be out at the Nashville Fairgrounds this weekend.
Yes.
For the non-sports show.
It is all non-sport. So TCG, non-sport cards. This is that show. If you are in the Nashville area, coming through, stopping by, go over to the fairgrounds Friday through Sunday. we're going to be going over there at least Friday or Saturday or both.
One of the two.
Yeah, but you'll hopefully either run in with us or you'll see some other really cool selection of cards to choose from. So we'll be over there. But again, thank you guys again for everything you do for us. Just your likes and comments mean a lot. And we hope that you continue to listen forever and ever. And we love you.